Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel God Will Do It For You. My name is Steven and hope everyone's having a great day so far. And what we're going to be talking about today is when God sends help. Now, why are we talking about that today? Well, if you know from my week's videos from last week, life definitely got flipped upside down and is definitely throwing a curveball at me. But the one thing that I've noticed that God has placed in my life are really great people that are actually genuinely concerned, and they've all asked the same question, which is really unique. They said, what do you need? And they're not saying, what can we help you? They're saying, what do you need? And this is where one of those moments in life where if you're in a predicament and you're like, hey, this is out of my control, I'm putting all my trust and all my faith into God. When God sends people to you and they're being really upfront and saying, hey, is everything okay? Be vulnerable. I kid you not. Be vulnerable. Be a little vulnerable. You got to give them something, because at that point, you never know who God is using to get you to where you need to go. When we think about this in the Bible, think Joseph needed the prisoners and then Pharaoh put him on the platform. It wasn't like Joseph just went there and was appointed that position. God used somebody to get him to where he needed to go. Same thing with David. Think David didn't win all those wars and was considered a great, a strong force to be reckoned with, basically. He didn't do it by himself. He had a great army behind him. That's how they were able to get their wives back when the Philistines came and ransacked their army, or their fort, and took their wives and all their belongings. We can go on and on. Gideon, he didn't win the battle against the Midianites by himself. He had his men with him. Sometimes God will send reinforcements to help you. Now, how? I don't know. All people have asked, even when I went to church yesterday, the pastor said, hey, we're all going through things in life, and sometimes we need prayer. And as soon as you open that floor, trust me, I'm to the point where in my life and in my faith that I need all the prayer I can get. I told my sons to sit right here. I walked straight up there. It was one lady that walked straight up there, and I walked straight up there right after her. And the thing is, the lady next to me just broke down and just busted out crying into the pastor's wife's arms. Me, I just stood there in prayer. And I kid you not, another gentleman just walked up behind me and said, you know what, man? You had a lot of courage to just walk straight up here and to get your prayer. He said, I couldn't just let you stand up there alone. I'm your brother, man. What do you need? And again, that faithful question came, what do you need? And so, again, I built a little rapport with him. I didn't want to go straight into it. But then I also just said, okay, I want you to understand why I came up here and why I feel like this is what I need from you. Because I don't want to just say I need business, but not give you a little context as to why. I want to let you know that, hey, this is what happened. This is the direction that God is pushing me. In order for me and my son to be good, we need business. And they say, okay, now whatever they're going to do, let God handle that. But now the right people that have asked me, they know exactly what to do. And one thing I've realized in this Christian walk is that sometimes you're going to need help. Sometimes you're going to have to let go of the control that you wish to have over your life, which is fine. If your life is solid and God makes sure that you're financially independent and self-sufficient, there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I got control over my life and this and that, this and that, this and that. But sometimes when life turns upside down, we're going to need help. We're going to need help to get through this life. I remember this episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I know you probably remember it as well. And Will was like, I want to be a man of my own. I want to get, I want to make where I'm trying to go just like you did, Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil was like, oh, that's a bunch of bull. He said, nobody in life gets to where they want to go without help. Everybody is going to need help. It's just a matter of, are you asking for help because you don't want to put in the work? Or because you keep making your own mistakes and now you keep needing people to help you pick up the pieces? Or are you asking for help because you genuinely have your back against the wall and you're like, you know what? If I just open my mouth and put my pride to the side, maybe I can get some forward movement in this area, especially when God starts to bring the divine connections in your life. The one thing I realized in this walk is that God is testing me in all my areas, and this is the ultimate test. Because I kid you not, the first few days, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't eating really too much. You know, I'm as strong as I can be in these videos for you guys, and I walk it out through my life as well, but it's hard. Internally, I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little scared or a little, you know, just like, hey, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. But over the days, and even as I woke up this morning, I kid you not, especially after church and after the pastor laid his hand on me and prayed over me, there's a sense of calmness. Again, that's where that peace that surpasses all understanding comes in. There's a sense of calmness in my spirit and an intense focus now that is overpowering any emotion of fear. And it's more so like, hey, we can do this. We're going to make it through. I don't know how. I don't know what. I don't know when. I don't know. God can do whatever he wants. But I just know that nobody's just going to allow us to just fail. God's not going to do that. God has always came through. Why would he? After all this time, knowing that I have a son to take care of, why would he sabotage that? He wouldn't. So it gives you that confidence to say, okay, we just need to make sure that we're not playing around with this time. I think the last 2 hours I've been working on the website. I didn't realize it takes so much to create a website. It really does. It'll be done today. I was talking to the gentleman so much yesterday that I was like, let me get some sleep, come back into it today with full energy. Let's get this done. But this is what it takes. Sometimes you're going to need help. And I'm looking forward to see what's going to come of it. I got to deliver this food for the catering business tomorrow, the food business tomorrow. At that point, go from there and just see exactly what God's going to do. But this is why you have to be diligent and intentional with your time. If God has put you in a position where no finances are coming in, you need to make sure that everything is getting taken care of. Any and everything in my life that I was like, I've been needing to get this taken care of. I've been needing to clean this car, the seats and things like that. I've been needing to reorganize things in the household. I've been needing to make sure I got things organized. It's done now. Forget all that. It's done. And sometimes God eliminates things so that way the focus can come to where it needs to. And now that I have no distractions, all my focus can go into this food business and being very particular on how I want the details of the business, because I kid you not, when people experience an effortless experience, people love simplicity. I want this, I should be able to easily get it like this, and the process on being able to consume what I desire should be like this. Simple, clear cut, just like McDonald's drive-thru. You order at the window, you pay at this window, you pick up the food at this window, goodbye. And it needs to be the same way. And so what I'm doing is just studying the websites, looking even at the actual font that they use, how simplistic they make sure that everything is, so that way it's easily accessible no matter the age group. That way, when I put this thing out here today, whoever wants it or whoever wants to partake and help, support, whatever the case may be, we can do that. This is what it takes, y'all. I'm being transparent. I want you to really pay attention to exactly how I'm going about this. And I'm not saying that I'm the perfect model, but I know a lot of people now that are in predicaments as well, and they're freaking out mentally. And I'm being serious, they're freaking out. You got to make sure you got to keep your mind strong in this Christian walk. And that's why Satan tries to attack your mind the most, because he knows that that's the strongest thing that you have to repel him. But once you're solid here, there's nothing that he could do. At that point, it's up to you and your faith in what you believe God will do for you. Funny, it's the page thing. It's up to you and how you go about this walk. You can either walk by faith, go through the fire like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and come out not looking like what you've been through. Come out victorious. Jesus will be walking through the fire with you. Or you can succumb to the pressure, let yourself fall apart, get depressed, get down in the dumps, be unproductive, and delay what's truly meant for you. You got a choice. And I'm pretty sure you're going to make the right one. So stay encouraged. I'm going to keep y'all updated on exactly what's going on. Pray for me, pray for me, pray for me. I appreciate it. Any prayers. Even if it's a simple God, I hope everything's going to be all right with them. Whatever you want to do, trust me, I will gladly accept it in the spirit. So definitely keep your heads up. Keep grinding. Be intentional with your time. If you liked what you are watching, definitely subscribe, like, share your own experience, whatever you're comfortable doing. But one day, God's going to turn this all around. And at that point, just know that if you're ever going through something similar, God's going to turn it around for you too. And usually when he turns things around, it's better than what it is, but better than what it was. So just be looking out. Stay encouraged. Stay safe. Keep your faith. And until next time.